A woman who is comfortable being alone is dangerous. If you disrespect her, she will walk away. If you cross her boundaries, she will cut you off. If you try to manipulate her or threaten to leave, she will gladly hold the door open for you without a single care. Because she doesn't need you in her life. She chooses you to let you be in. And that right, that makes her impossible to control.
Have you ever wondered why some guys seem to effortlessly attract women while others struggle just to get a conversation going? What if I told you that attraction isn't random luck or good looks, but actually follows predictable psychological patterns that you can learn and apply? Today I'm going to share 7 powerful psychological principles that can completely transform how women perceive and respond to you. But before we dive in, let me be clear about something. These aren't manipulation tactics or games designed to trick anyone. These are genuine psychological insights based on human nature and attraction science that, when applied authentically, can help you become more magnetic and appealing. The goal isn't to create fake obsession, but to become the kind of man that naturally draws people in. So if you're tired of being overlooked, friend-zoned, or struggling to create that spark of genuine interest, stick around because what you're about to learn could change everything. The first psychological principle is the scarcity effect. Here's what most guys get wrong about availability. They think being constantly available and always saying yes makes them more attractive. Actually, the opposite is true. When something is always available, our brains assign it less value. But when something becomes scarce or limited, we suddenly want it more.
I don't want you to paralyze yourself into believing that this person is the only person that could ever exist on this planet that will make you happy. I mean, that's just ridiculous, guys. Like, we need to wake up, okay? Wake up. You can make yourself happy.
This doesn't mean playing hard to get or being fake unavailable. It means having a genuine life that you're passionate about. When you have hobbies, goals, and commitments that matter to you, you naturally become less available. And paradoxically, this makes you more desirable. Women are attracted to men who have their own mission and purpose, not men who drop everything at a moment's notice. The second principle is the mystery gap. Our brains are wired to seek closure and fill in missing information. When you reveal everything about yourself up front, you eliminate intrigue. But when you share just enough to create curiosity while leaving some things unsaid, you trigger a psychological desire to know more. This means, instead of dumping your entire life story in the first conversation, you reveal yourself gradually. Share interesting details that make her wonder about the bigger picture. Talk about that time you lived overseas, but don't explain why.
Stay away from lustful men. Stay away. You will never, ever, ever win when it comes to a man that is lustful, that needs attention from women, that has a history of cheating. You will never, ever win because they are always looking for the next best thing.
Mention a skill you have, but don't elaborate immediately. Create mental loops that she wants to close. The third psychological trigger is social proof. We're social creatures who look to others for cues about value and desirability. When other people, especially other women, clearly enjoy your company and find you interesting, it sends a powerful signal. This isn't about making anyone jealous, but about demonstrating that you're someone others genuinely want to be around. Build real friendships with women without any romantic agenda. When you interact naturally and comfortably with other women, it shows emotional intelligence and social skills. Women notice how you treat others and how others respond to you. This creates a snowball effect where social proof builds more social proof. The fourth principle involves emotional contrast. Humans are attracted to emotional variety and depth. If you're always the same mood and energy level, you become predictable and potentially boring. But when you can shift between playful teasing and genuine sincerity,
if you are an attractive woman in 2025 and you are not rich, it is because you are choosing to be broke, sister. You are choosing to be broke. If you are pretty, do pretty people things. Why would you not? Why would you not play to your strengths and use the advantages that God gave you to win?
Between light humor and meaningful conversation, you create emotional texture that keeps people engaged. This doesn't mean being moody or unpredictable in a negative way. It means being emotionally dynamic and multifaceted. You can be the guy who makes her laugh one moment and has a deep philosophical discussion the next. This emotional range makes you more interesting and memorable than someone who's always operating at the same level. The fifth psychological factor is the challenge dynamic. People value what they have to earn more than what's given freely. This applies to attention, validation, and emotional investment. When you're too eager to please or agree with everything, you remove the element of challenge that makes interaction engaging. Instead, have your own opinions and standards. Don't be afraid to disagree respectfully or call out behavior you don't appreciate. Have standards for how you want to be treated and stick to them. When someone has to earn your approval rather than receiving it automatically, they value it more highly. The sixth principle is creating shared experiences and inside jokes. Psychological bonding happens through shared, unique experiences that create an us versus them mentality. When you create special moments that only the two of you understand or reference, you build a private world together. This could be as simple as giving her a playful nickname based on something that happened between you two, or referencing a funny moment you shared. These inside references create psychological bonds and make your interactions feel special and exclusive compared to her interactions with other people.
Like he says that no, girl, go by how he treats you. Right. And even if he's treating you a certain way, but he's telling you a certain way, if you don't like the way you're being treated, leave. Right. Oh, well, I don't want to hurt his feelings. A man will always be willing to hurt your feelings. He will always be willing to choose himself. Every man is going to choose himself. He's going to put himself first.
The seventh and most powerful principle is authentic vulnerability at the right moments. Contrary to popular belief, showing vulnerability doesn't make you weak. When done correctly, it creates deep emotional connection and trust. The key is timing and authenticity. Share something real about yourself when the moment feels right. Talk about a challenge you overcame, a fear you faced, or a dream you're working toward. But make sure it's genuine, not performed vulnerability designed to get a reaction. Real vulnerability creates real connection, while fake vulnerability feels manipulative. Here's the crucial part that ties everything together. These psychological principles only work when they come from a place of genuine self-improvement and authenticity.
You're ungrateful. You're cold. You're not like you used to be. No matter how much you do, it'll never be enough for somebody who feels entitled to your energy. And that's the part that hurts, because you weren't looking for praise. You were just hoping that somebody would finally notice you. But here's the truth. It's not your job to shrink yourself to make other people feel comfortable.
If you try to fake any of these behaviors, people will sense the incongruence and it will backfire. The most attractive thing you can do is become genuinely interesting, emotionally mature, and confident in who you are. When you have real hobbies, real goals, real friendships, and real emotional depth, these psychological principles happen naturally. Remember, the goal isn't to make someone obsessed with you in an unhealthy way. It's to become the kind of person that others naturally want to spend time with and get to know better. It's about being magnetic through authenticity, not manipulation through tricks. Start implementing these principles gradually and authentically. Focus on becoming genuinely more interesting and emotionally mature, rather than just trying to trigger psychological responses. The most powerful attraction happens when these principles flow naturally from who you really are. If this video helped shift your perspective on attraction and social dynamics, hit that like button and subscribe for more content on psychology, self-improvement, and building genuine connections. What's one principle you're going to start working on first? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.